Hi, this is my first time voicing a book, and I realize there are several rough patches that might feel awkward. I will make sure to improve and correct them in the future. Please bear with me. This is about Jhaansi Raani, a small book from my collection. To be honest, I never used to buy books. In fact, I had a sort of phobia towards them since childhood. Our home was overflowing with books. My father is a voracious reader, always exploring different subjects in his own way. For me, that abundance felt like torture. I grew up literally hating books because they were everywhere. Analytically speaking, at least 60% of our household was occupied by books. They covered everything: my entire school collection, my sister's school books, and my father's vast collection from school, college, and professional life. His shelves included banking, electrical, business, administration, astrology, spirituality, construction, designing, English literature, Tamil epics, personality development, public speaking, even every editions of Repetics in English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam. The list just never seemed to end. Over time, though, I started noticing that some books simply came to me on their own, as if they wanted to communicate something. I believe there's a reason behind that. Right now, I have around 30 to 50 such books that reached me organically. The very first book I ever received as a gift was from Manasi for my birthday. It was two titles from Mumsi book. I don't have them anymore, but I still remember them clearly. What I wish to do now is to voice over these books that came into my life naturally, and after that, maybe one day I will also explore my father's legacy of books. Though I'm not sure when or how that will happen, time will decide. This particular book came to me in a very unexpected way. One day at Kumbakonam, while heading to my staircase, I noticed a pile of books lying on the street floor, scattered on the sand and damp from water. I saw them, but at first I just left them there and walked on. The next day, they were still there. Something made me pause, so I went to my mom and said, Amma, can I take those books? Can you ask Vanita Ka if they are thrown away? If it's waste, I would like to keep them. My mom asked her, and when it was confirmed, she brought them all to me. She even kept one for herself, 1001 Veetu Kurippugal. That's the story of how this book came into my hands and why did I choose it as my first? Honestly, because of its size. It's a tiny small book, and I have always been drawn to books that look compact and simple. I thought it would be easy, but soon I realized something important. No matter the size or appearance, the weight of the words inside a book is never small. The very first time I came across the audio world was quite unexpected. I saw a poster on the wall of a juice shop in Mylapore. It was an old retro style building, and the poster read something like, Do you want to be a voice artist? I noted down the contact and texted them, and after a week, I got a reply. That's how I first met Yadavanna. His encouragement really struck me, especially during dubbing. When I was struggling badly and even felt like this work was way too difficult for me, at one point I even decided never to enter this field again and thought I should just stick to acting. But when I walked out of the recording theater, I met Veera sir, the head of Level Zero Media. He too motivated me, and I felt he was such a dynamic person. That day, I also received my first salary for the work I did through Yadavanna. It was for Phobia on Spotify, Ellie episode, where I dubbed for the senior character Naresh, who bullies a junior. Months later, I got another call for a voiceover project. I was nervous to call myself a voiceover artist, so I honestly told them I was a theater practitioner with very little audio experience. That person was Bhavya, the third connection I made in this field. She asked me for a sample, I sent it, and she fixed me for the work. That was the beginning of a new era for me, though I didn't know it at the time. I had voiced for a male character, while the female character was done by none other than Deepika Arun. The first time I heard her, I was stunned. Her voice was so vibrant, it painted pictures in my mind. I felt completely dismantled, asking myself, why don't I have that? Still, I pushed through, and together we completed 4 episodes that month. Through this, I got to know Baba sir, dubbing engineer, Srinitya coordinator, and once again worked with Veera sir also there. Later, I had another chance to work with Deepika Arun for 4 more episodes. This time, I practiced rigorously at home, determined to match her intensity. A flow started setting in, and I found some rhythm. But then came my toughest moment, the last episode, which had complex Tamil words involving la, la, sorry, la, la. For the first time in my life, I realized how much I struggled with these annotations. I took 24 repetitive takes and I still couldn't get it right. That day hit me so hard, it's carved in my heart forever. I told myself I will master this one day, no matter what. Even though I apologized to the team, Bhavya, Deepika, Srinitya, and Baba sir stood by me, encouraging me and motivating me to the core. It was an emotional moment, and I felt blessed to have such people in my life. Around then, I also told them about my upcoming web series shoot, which meant I had to pause voiceover for a while, since my main hunt was for screen acting. But deep down, I made a promise one day I will make myself proud in this field, and I wish to work with Deepika Arun's team at least once more in my life. After about a year, another call came, this time from Chitra ma'am at Mediagram. By then, my shoot was completed, so I sent a sample, got selected, and started working with their team. There, I met Anton Bro, Akhilesh sir, Benjamin, Sole brother. Through them, I worked on over 10 projects for Kuku FM and did several dubbings as well. And now I feel it's time to start something of my own because to me, this work is very sensitive. It demands immense discipline and consistency. I don't know how the journey will unfold, but I have started. Let's see where it takes me. Thanks a lot for your time and thank you. Kind regards, Careless.